And we are back in standard definition. Crap. Yes, you may have noticed that the quality of the video is higher in the Avengers than my kind of 1-minute film. That was because I was experimenting with a neighbor's camera that he wanted my help with. It is my goal this year to get an HD camera, but for now we'll have to settle for this. However, in the future, hopefully I will be moving towards more HD reviews and using less of this format. Because, you know, I like HD, and I'm pretty sure that you do as well. It's kind of the center nowadays anyway. But I need off track. Never was really on track anyway. I do that a little bit too often, don't I? So, the best exotic Marigold hotel. Haven't heard of it? Like a lot of films, not surprised. It was directed by John Madden, the same guy who did The Debt, and it has an all-star cast, as big if not bigger than the Avengers. But unlike the cast in the Avengers, this cast is a little bit older. You've got legends like Judi Dench, Bill Nye, Professor McGonagall, and several others. This is more or less an interesting film. You've got these different people all going to this one hotel, and you know, the opening for me I thought was pretty weak because they do not the best job of setting up these characters and the reasons why they're going. Each character is given more or less like a 2-minute introduction of kind of like what their personality is like, how they behave in certain environments, and why they're going to this hotel, though it may have been just me, but for some of them I just didn't understand why the heck they were going. More or less it was an escape for all of them. And the entire film is basically spending time with all these characters, getting to know them, what they're like, their backstory. And then you have Dev Patel, who is the manager of this hotel, and he's trying to make it this grand scale project because the brochure shows this luxurious hotel, and what they come to is this really rundown just crap fest that they're like, are you kidding me? And basically his motto is, everything in the end will be alright. If it is not alright, it is night at the end. And that's all fine and dandy, but the characters in this film, nah, they're not too happy about that. This film is 2 hours and 4 minutes, and going in I thought it would be more or less an hour and 40 minutes, but this is another one of those films that the film's length really is used to flesh all the characters out, and I was bored at certain points in the film. Kind of in the middle I was pretty bored and just kind of wanted to move a bit faster, but towards the end of this film really picked up. Now, because I am not as old as any of the cast members in this film, minus Dev Patel maybe, no he's older than I am, it's hard for me to relate to any of these people and their problems and what they're dealing with. However, you pick out maybe one or two, or maybe even all of them, to just kind of, you know, you want to get to know who they are, kind of like your grandparent. And that's actually not really a bad thing at all. I found the first half of this film to be very slow, and a majority of it wasn't all that intriguing. And then once we moved into the very last part of the film, then it really picked up, and I was actually quite surprised. In the beginning I was thinking, alright, maybe 3, 2.5, I don't know, well, no, maybe 2.5. No, okay, 3. And then the last part came and I was like, huh. That actually works really well. Maybe it's 3.5 now. So yes, in the end, this film does have its problems. It's not the best film out there, but actually it's not as bad as I've heard it was, because the reviews that I've read weren't the best, but they weren't really the worst. But in the end, I'm gonna give the best exotic Marigold hotel 3.5 out of 5 stars. And if you are mildly interested, then I'm going to say rent it, because chances are it's nowhere near you, which is generally how it goes. The funny thing was, for me, there was this woman in the movie who was having real emotional problems. Like, honestly, her emotions were like a roller coaster, man. And I was trying in my brain to figure out, like, hey, where have I seen her? I know the face, I know the voice, where have I seen her? And by golly, IMDb, thank you, thank you. Shaun of the Dead, his mum, it fits. Sigh of relief, now I know who it is. Do you ever find that happening to you? Like, you know who that person is, but you're like, I can't freaking place her. And then you IMDb it, and you're like, aha, the power of knowledge in my hand, or on the computer. Yeah, I use IMDb a lot.